Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today we are decorating the bunny to go with our home word that you probably saw in my previous video. It looks like this, and the little bunny will live inside of it, so we're going to do that today. And this guy's super cool. I'm going to open him up and show you all the pieces. So here is the little bunny all open, and I want to show you all the little pieces, okay? So each of these little pieces are foam attached on. So this little foam piece, you don't need that little piece. I'm going to take all those off in a few minutes. I'm just going to get all the pieces unattached. There's a little piece of foam. The eyes are on little foam pieces. Put those to the side. His little nose. Your carrot is 2 layers. All of this is really important. You'll see why in a few minutes. Now, be careful when you're pulling them off because even though it's wood, they still might snap if you're not careful. So don't pull just on one side. Make sure you give it even pull on there. Then what I love is this comes with a little picture that shows you an example of what one of the bunnies can look like. And I love that little example. I'm going to keep that for me so I can remember where all the pieces go. Pretty much everything's self-explanatory except for me, maybe the arms and the feet. I might want to look at that pretty good. All right, now I want to make a little calico bunny. So I'm going to really play with paper. And the first thing I'm going to do is use my pokey tool and get this foam off. Now, I don't really care if it's on there a little bit. Like if you can see marks from it, that's not going to matter. I just don't want any lift from it. I don't want to be able to feel it too much. It really won't matter because we're going to cover it with paper, so none of this will show. Now you guys would have seen in my last video I used my little nail file. I'm going to use it again. I say mine, Shannon's. I'm going to use it again and just knock back any of that foam that might have been left there. Don't worry about the mess. We're going to make more of a mess. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to get the foam off of these guys. I'm going to add foam back because I'm going to put everything up on foam so it can get that lift because I thought it was cute like that. But I don't want to use this old foam. I want to use fresh foam. This is really just for shipping. And the paper I'm going to use is this spring market set. I think this set is really cute. I used the flower market set in one of my other projects. This is the one I used for the little Volkswagen. But I think this is so cute. I think this will be really cute for this little bunny. So let's look at paper. So just laying my paper on top of the bunny, I'm going to flip through. So here's my first sheet. This is really pretty. Oh, a little solid wood grain. I might want that for the bunny. Let's put that to the side. That might be cute. Y'all know wood grain gets me every time. This is really cute. Oh, look at that. That's adorable. And then galoshes. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this. I might use this one. I'm going to put it to the side. Here's my little cut aparts, which I won't be using on this one, but let's see what's on the back. Ooh, look at that wood grain. May not use that. I'm going to put that to the other side. This is gorgeous. Oh, this watercolor look. Look at that one. I'll put it over here as well. Again, won't need these cut aparts, but look at the pink. This might be perfect for his little bunny paws, his little pads. We'll see. And then this little guy. Oh, look at that wood grain. I like it too. I may have too much wood grain because my home sign already has the wood grain. So I may steer clear of wood grain for the bunny. Look at those stripes. That's cute. This is gorgeous. Put that over there. And oh, look at this pink. I might like this pink better. You have to go through all your paper and look first. You got to know which pieces you'll want first. That's stunning. Isn't that pretty? And these are gorgeous. Gosh, this paper pack. This is pretty too. The little trucks. Oh, and look at that. That's a whole scrapbook page just like that. That's adorable. Okay, there are stickers, and who knows, I might put one of these stickers on this little guy. We'll come back to those. But I want to kind of mimic what they did here with the kind of white bunny, the pink, and the orange and the green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here and see what I want my bunny to be. What color for him. I like this white, but again, I'm afraid I have too much wood grain. So I don't know if I'm going to use wood grain or not. I kind of want to do him in a light floral. I think he'd be pretty like that. And I'm trying to decide between this one and maybe this one. What was on the back of this guy right here again? That's the cut aparts. I like this one. I like this too. I think I'm going to use this for my bunny. It might be too busy. Let me look. This one or this one. I cannot decide. Okay, it's this one. I'll show you why. This one is not so green, okay? That first one, the green is really obvious. See these darker greens? I don't want a green bunny. I want a more white bunny. So I'm going to use this one for the bunny. All right, move these guys aside. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trace my bunny. Now, I trace it like this. If you flip this over and trace from the back side, you need to make sure you flip your bunny the way you want him to go. Because if you don't, you could get your paper backwards. Okay, just pay attention to that. So here he is. Put this little guy down and trace around him. These are so easy and fun to do, seriously. Okay, so I traced my little bunny, and now it's time to cut him out. Now, one thing I really want to do with this bunny is I want him to be very calico looking. So even if I'm going to use orange on my carrot, I don't want to use a solid orange. I want to use orange that's in a pattern or a page that's mostly orange but has another pattern, because I don't want him to look, I want him to look very vintage and very put together with scrap pieces of fabric. I love cutting these pieces with these big scissors. You'd think I would use some small ones, but I get really good cuts with these big old guys in here. And it's easy to get to everything. And I do take my time on this. Even though we can use the nail file trick and kind of clean it up, I still want to take my time. We'll get rid of some of this excess so I have less to hold on to here. So this is our bunny body, and it will go just like this. How cute is that? I just noticed something too. Based on this picture, you see the picture here? They stuck all the elements on the back. So that's even cooler. So all these pieces where they were, that's the back side of the bunny, because this, based on the picture, is the front side. So that's cool, because I was thinking, did I cut this backwards? But I didn't. So this will live just like this, but I'm not going to glue it down yet until I get all my pieces together, in case I just don't love how this is looking. Let's look at the next pieces we want to do. And I think I want to do his little pads next. So these are his feet and his ears. Let's get those over here like so. And figure out the color we want. And I kind of want it to be a pink. So I'm going to use one from that same paper pack. I just think this pattern is perfect. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to slide this away. I'm going to put these guys on. And I'm going to decide, I like this little pattern. I think that'll be really cute. So I'm going to trace inside that pattern. And it might seem a little wasteful of the paper, but I think it's perfect for it to do it like that. So let's trace this first one. I checked to see. His feet don't really matter which ones you put where. I kind of compared them, and it really doesn't matter. They're just kind of a little pad cut for the foot, so whichever side. So the little arms were not pink on the bunny picture. So I think I'm going to do the arms out of this little wood grain fabric. I think that'll be cute, or wood grain pattern. So I'm going to trace them like this. One goes to one side, one goes to the other. I just want to make sure I lay them opposite of each other. And then I will cut these out. Now you could use a 6x6 pad for this, and you could definitely use your scraps. That would be totally awesome. The only place I would struggle with the 6x6 pad is the bunny cutout itself. That's why I did with the 12x12. But I'm using so little of it, I'm not wasting any of my paper pad. Now, I didn't find any orange in that pack, but I have this fall leftover pad, and I thought surely I can find a good orange in here. And I kind of like this for the little bunny. I think it'll work fine for the little carrot, so I'm going to use it for the carrot. So now I have all my pieces cut out. But before I glue anything to this, I want to do the edges like I did on my home sign. So we're going to use our Distress ink again. I'm going to bring that over. And I'm actually going to use it here and also on my eyes and nose. I'm actually going to use a lot of Distress ink in lots of different places. So the first thing I'm going to do is just run this around anywhere I can get some on, because I want to kind of mimic what I did with my other pieces. And I'm just using the ink pad itself and just dragging it wherever it'll touch and getting that kind of distressed wood look where it touches. Don't worry about where it doesn't touch. We're going to come back to those spots. Okay, now in between all those places, I'm going to use my blending tool. Now this is the back of my bunny, and I'm going to take my ink and drag it down here as well, just so that it matches what I did with my home sign, just like so. And I could have sanded all that adhesive off. I didn't. I don't think it's going to bother me. It's going to be on the back anyway, so I'm not going to stress about that. I am going to hit this a little bit with my blending tool just to knock some of the moisture out. And then I'm going to flip this back over. Now I'm going to ink just in case any of my paper is not cut perfect. I'm going to ink around the edges just so there's not a stark white piece of wood showing. Now then, there was one spot. See this little spot right here? If you watched my last video, you would have seen me do this. I'm just taking an old cloth or an old rag, using my ink, just touching it like this, and then coming in here where my little tool wouldn't reach and using my finger to do that. Works just fine. There we go. All right, now then, let's do these little guys. So I want these to be done pretty dark. So I'm going to do it like this. Maybe I'll put this in my hand. I could hold it with tweezers, I suppose, but I want these to be really dark. So I'm just going to ink them until they're the color I want them. I might even press it straight down into the pad and see what we get. Oh, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so I'll let that one dry, and then I'm going to do these the same way. Okay, now the fun part. I'm going to start gluing down some of these little pieces while these all dry. So let's start with this guy. And again, I'm going to use a yucky brush just to throw away. This is just a really, really inexpensive brush that I have, and some art glitter glue. And I'm using more glue than I normally do for card making. And what I'm doing is I'm just smearing that glue around as much as I can get it everywhere. And this will hold my pieces together. Will hold my pieces down, I should say. Those points good. Smear that a little bit. Okay. And now this guy goes right on top there. There's my carrot top. Okay, now let's do the carrot itself. Bring some of this over. Brush that around a bit. Put my carrot on top. There's our carrot. Okay, I'm just going to keep going, covering all of these guys. Now for my favorite part, I think, the bunny. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the bunny like I did on my home sign. I'm going to do a piece at a time with the glue. So I'm going to put a good bit of glue up here and a good bit of glue over here. Then I'm going to paint that around, and I'm going to stick down the ears first and then the rest of the bunny. So that way my art glitter glue won't dry too fast, because it will dry quick because it is still art glitter glue. Okay, let's get this guy placed. Get him lined up good at the top. And then I can work my way down with the rest of the glue. Now remember how I told you if you have any of your paper hanging off the edge, which you can really see from the underside better than the top. See how I have little pieces here and there? You can take your fingernail file, just an old fingernail file, or some sandpaper, and just sand that away right to the wood. And it actually looks really good. It kind of makes it look like it's very, very professionally done. And I love how it looks. See how smooth that makes that edge? It's so pretty. I'm going to do that all the way around. Now you see my mess again. It's a job for Brian O'Shaughnessy. Now what I want to do is I want to run through and I want to distress the edges of this little bunny with this ink. Just the edges. I don't want to get too deep in there because I just want it to brighten up the little middle of the bunny by darkening the edges like this. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the same thing with all of these other pieces that are going to go on. Just going to ink around the edges of all of them. Now originally I had planned to pop these up on foam on top of these, but when I looked at them, I think that would make them go a little too high up, and I like how that looks kind of seamless like that. So I'm just going to glue these straight down with my art glitter glue again. I'm also going to use this little picture for reference for his arms. That was the only part that I was like, how did those go? So something like that. That's so cute. It's time for new glue, y'all. Okay. So this little arm here. This little arm here. Oh, turned in a little bit more, I'm afraid. Let's see if I can turn that one in if I waited too late. Nope, there we go. Good. Okay. His little carrot sneaks right down in between. Let's glue that down. Then I'm going to put the orange one on top. Then his nose and his eyes. I'll put his eyes somewhere here, but I don't want to put those down until I put his nose down. And I think I want to add some whiskers, so let me do that. So I'm going to do his whiskers with baker's twine. This Lawn Fawn lawn trimmings is really firm, and I'm going to do it with 3 pieces. This is probably way too long, but I wanted to start somewhere. So just 3 pieces that are the same, and I'm going to knot them in the middle, and I'll trim them once I get them where I want them. So use that knot to stick them down. Go ahead and trim these to kind of match. All right, and let's glue the whiskers down first. That's going to be super cute. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to glue this on top of that. Too cute. Then just glue his little eyes down. He is precious. Oh my goodness. Okay, I also want to take my white gel pen, and let me get it right and good. Okay, and I want to put a dot in each of his eyes just to wake him up a little bit, and just a little bit on his nose here. Just as a little something else there. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Let me show you what he will look like when he's with the other letters of the sign. See how cute this will be together? And that will go on a shelf or a table for a centerpiece or what have you. That is adorable. I love being able to mix wood and paper together in crafting. I think it is so cute. All right, guys, that is the bunny and the home sign all done in 2 parts. Super quick and easy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to pick up any of the supplies I used, I have the link for that below. If you make one of these, you know I want to see it. Head to my website called MaymayMadeIt.com and share with me what you're making. Post your pictures. Let us see what you're doing. We love your inspiration. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.